What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Macro Update for Monday, October 20th. Not much of a news type of day, not seeing much in the market as well. A little bit of a rebound from the sell-off on Friday and Thursday of last week. On lower volume, that is. So this is a classic sell some day. So for those who are chasing this, this is not the time to really chase here because volume has definitely dropped off. I mean, the market is about to close here in about 8 minutes. And as you can see, I mean, this is a very weak volume day. So, pretty interesting there. Not too many developments on the macro side of things, but, you have opportunities to sell things like Apple, Tesla, Google, all of them are having a little bit of a green rebound on lower volume. So, yeah, interesting heading into some of these earnings seasons coming up here, but not too much of a big headline type of day. Towards the end of last week, and we touched on this on last night's Sunday Macro Wrap-Up, which I would definitely recommend that everyone check out. That's on our YouTube channel there. Really there was a pretty decent rebound in the futures market from reports of Trump, rolling back those China tariffs, but I guess he's back to threatening them. Who knows? The whipsaw effect from the tariff announcements are definitely getting old this year. But in any case, you're seeing an extended rally with gold, some of the other precious metals that, we were buying on that dip on Friday. A lot of people were calling a top in gold. And, just like a lot of the people who like to call tops and bottoms, the opposite effect happens right in their face. And look, gold is about to close at a new all-time high yet again. Definitely on lower volume, though. So today was a great day to sell some if you guys were buying a little bit last week. And so, yeah, ultimately, the volatility index of the S&P is now below 20 again. We'll see if that has a sustained trend down lower. If that does, I mean, you're just going to see this market continue higher. So with all the freak out that happened last week, we're right back into this just grinding higher. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that the dollar bullish trend will be broken here. That could continue higher, along with bond yields trending lower. And yeah, nothing too much different today compared to last week. So yeah, more so much of the same. Not really too much of a change. So it'll be a shorter update here today. Yeah, so we can just get into questions right now because there wasn't any macro data today. So still the strongest bullish trends, precious metals, select commodities. Bitcoin remains bearish trend. So even though there was a little bit of a pop here, extremely low volume. So for all the people who are passing the narrative along that all the gold profits are going to head into Bitcoin, I don't know if that's the case. Anything could happen, but that's not what I'm seeing personally. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just get right into the questions here. How's everyone doing today? PM, is Ethereum going to pop up? I mean, it could, but it's in bearish trend. So if Ethereum does have a pop here, then take the opportunity to sell it. Yeah, we're still seeing net central bank liquidity remain pretty low. So nothing happening on the liquidity front. If you guys have some financials, it's, providing a really decent sell opportunity. Excuse me. So we're seeing that right now. Let me see if there's any other. There also isn't too much at the low end of the trading range. So not really many buying opportunities. I've been a net seller all day today. So, yeah, things that are up, trimming some off the top in order to buy back lower. So that's all today is. TE and VFF had an awesome day. Great call out. I don't remember calling those out, Matthew. Did we talk about those on a different call? I don't remember. Is natural gas close to bullish trend yet? I mean, that's a pretty crazy candle right there, but no, I mean, it's not yet bullish trend. You know, I'd probably leave it at neutral for the time being. We'll see though. I mean, series of higher highs or higher lows rather, and higher highs. So, excuse me. We'll see what happens from here. UNG, which is the ETF that my team and I prefer to use. We have been seeing volume accelerate here, but yeah, it's not necessarily one of the best things to add. Good question, though. You considered oil as bullish a few weeks ago? No, I did not. If you go back and watch my videos, we've been bearish on oil for quite some time now. So that's completely false. Yeah, Ethereum went bearish trend, and it is what it is. So if you don't like that because you own a lot of it, then then you'll have to. That's kind of a you problem. But no, I mean we've been bearish on oil since it went bearish trend all the way back in June, buddy. So go back and rewind the tape. I love how people just come on here and said, "Well, you said a couple weeks ago that it was." No, I didn't. Oracle, I don't like how it is trending downward here, and it made a lower high. So that's not something that I would put on the top of my list for the time being. You spoke about them and the members. Okay, gotcha. Any update on real estate in South Florida / Broward? How do you mean? Let's see here. Yeah, real estate in South Florida is still the trend. I mean, in some places, it's coming down. I would just refer to the Reventure app. That's a pretty good website that'll help you out there. Thoughts on AMD? Yeah, AMD, clearly a bullish trend. I'm not buying it here though because it's right at the top end of the range. Earnings on 11/4. We'll see what happens there. Can you check Celsius? Sure. Yeah, Celsius is in bullish trend. Not at the low of the trading range just yet, though. So wouldn't be buying it here, but wait for a nice little pullback. Get you some of that. Definitely on the good list. All right. Well, pretty quick show today. Again, I mean, not too much of an update. Pretty much today was a great time to sell some. So hopefully you guys were not chasing and you were taking profits on some things. But yeah, we'll see what happens later on this week. I have seen some people say that the government shutdown might end. So that would be a great development as we'll start to get more hard data um, from the government there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Fed rate cuts for next week, the Fed meeting is next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the next one. Still, pretty much 100% chance that they're going to cut by 25 basis points, and inflation is looking like it's starting to come down a little bit here. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I'm seeing. Appreciate everyone for joining though. Quick show. But yeah, we'll see what happens here in the next days coming up. But have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.